Sean Zittel here with welterweight contender Vlad Panin, fresh off a sharp performance. Oh, all good, Vlad. There we go. We got him. We got him locked in. But fresh off a sharp performance against Shenard Bunch. And Vlad, man, did you get a chance to rewatch the fight on Paramount and kind of assess your performance? What was your assessment of yourself, your grade, if you will? And yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah, man. I've been able to rewatch it a couple of times now. It's cool to finally like have a platform and like a good production that you're fighting on, you know. So, yeah, I've been able to watch it back, take notes, and you know, sorry, what was your question? What do
So,
I think about my
yeah,
performance?
what'd you like, or what were your critiques as well?
Um, no, I thought I did good. I think I could have ended the fight earlier had I let my hands go more like sooner. Um, to be honest, I was kind of like expecting more from him, because everyone was like, "Oh, he got power. Be careful." Like 18 knockouts out of 22 wins and stuff. And but I already knew like that really wasn't gonna be a factor because like I wasn't gonna let him touch me. He wasn't gonna find me. Um, But then I was still kind of like waiting on something more, but I guess I didn't realize like I had already beaten like the will out of him. So, um, when I made like the pre-fight prediction in my head, I just remember thinking like, okay, he's a good boxer. He's probably gonna move around a lot. I'm gonna have to track him down. So, in terms of like time, I always think of like based on how skilled a guy is, like how long realistically like would it take me for me to stop him? Because I look at all my fights as just like a matter of time. I don't look at it like I'm gonna win round by round. Like I'm always looking to like finish the fight. Like I'm looking for it to build to like completion. Um, so I was like, he's a good boxer. I could see him maybe going like 20 minutes, maybe 25. So that's like about like round seven, round eight. So
Hmm.
going into round nine, I guess. So, you know, I could have done it like a couple rounds sooner, but I'm happy I got the stoppage when I did. Um, and I think it's just a reminder like for future fights to just like, bro, just let your shit go. Cause honestly, like, when I let my hands go, like I really start hurting guys and like I think um my corner was noticing it, but like I didn't really notice like how much I was hurting him, you know? And like sometimes like you just need to hear like literally just like the next time you go out there, like just hit him hard. So um yeah, I mean I'm happy with the performance because it was like a good boxer, good opponent. Um, I'm thankful that I have the Zuffa deal so I could fight better and better guys because I think I will just continue to do better and better. Um, And but yeah, overall, I'm happy with the performance.
Yeah, from the outset, he didn't let his hands go a whole lot. And what do you
Yeah.
think it was that was not letting him do that?
Well, my mindset like going into the fight was like, okay, I'ma like step to him and like press the action early, establish my jab. I always like to hit guys like hard early on because I want to set the tone for the fight and I want to see how they take it. So, um, but even if it's just like a stiff jab, like I'm gonna just start touching you like constantly and just beat you up long range, discourage you, not let you find your range, not let you really like get anything. And it's just like, even if I were to eat a jab, I was like, okay, as long as I'm hitting him with a jab at the same time and mine is harder and like stronger, I just figured like, you know, and he's a guy that likes to box already. And guys like that, um, they're used to being the quicker guy. They're used to being the slicker guy. Probably he's used to being longer too. Um, so like I just feel like I don't ever Like boxers to me, like if you're gonna box me, dude, like I'm gonna bury you, you know? Like I don't care if it's Devin Haney, man. I'm too long at this division. Like I'm too fast, like I'm too strong. And if you're gonna try to box me, like once you start going backwards, like I'm gonna just box you going forward at like better and faster, you know? So when I rewatched the fight, like what I did like was that even though I didn't have like a crazy punch output pace, like what I noticed is that like I was constantly feigning. So I also think like what broke him down was like mentally. Like I think he just got kind of like mentally tired and like weathered because like you know it's different when you're watching it from the outside. But like when you're in there in front of me and I'm like feigning, punching, feigning, boom, boom, feint, punch. You know, it's like the Tyson Fury kind of thing.
Hmm.
Um, and I low key think he just got tired like mentally and physically, and then like you know, I didn't really even realize like how little he had left because I was still waiting like because his corner was like yelling out like, "Oh, all we need is one. All you need is one." And I'm just like, I'm not gonna let you get that one shot. Like, you're not gonna get it. But I was still being smart. But like looking back, man, I could have pressed it. Like round 6, round 7, gotten it over with. But um, honestly, I'm happy going the rounds too because it's not experience that I get often. You know, like my last 2 fights. Granted, those guys like didn't belong in the ring with me, but those are like 1 round fights, And like anytime a guy doesn't belong in the ring with me, like I'm not gonna waste my time. Like I'm gonna get you out as soon as possible. So but this guy was good because we got to box a little bit. I got to show a little bit more of my skill set. And also it's like, if I'm gonna train for months, like I wanna show a little bit. Like I don't just wanna have like a minute long fight. Um So it was good that I got to be in there with an opponent who was pretty durable too, because like I was hitting him with some shots early,
Yeah, some right
and then
hands throughout the fight,
yeah,
some
and
big right hands. Yeah.
I was like he's taking him well right now, like if I keep hitting him, like I don't know if he'll keep being able to take him. Um, that's why I think like I was just like kind of like pacing myself, but looking back, like I was like if I just would have kept that going for like another minute or the whole round, like I, you know, like I said, I could have gone stoppage sooner, so I think there's room for improvement. Um, and just truly, yeah, like now that I'm gonna get these bigger fights, like just like leaving it all out there because I feel like I really am dangerous at welterweight. Like I have a lot of size, I have a lot of strength, I have a lot of skill and power and speed, explosiveness. Um, and like when I let my shit fly, like it's gonna be a problem for anybody.
Well,
It's like,
let me
what
ask
was
you
this?
about that. When you, oh no, go ahead, man.
Oh no, you go ahead.
No, well, when you said be a problem for anyone, uh, I noted when you said even if Devin Haney tries to fight at long range with me, I'm gonna win that type of fight, right?
Oh, I'm gonna cook
I
him.
but I
Yeah.
could hear him saying in the back of my head, you had a split decision loss
Hmm.
last year here in Vegas against Brian Augustine Adugai. I wasn't able
Hmm.
to find tape on it when I'm watching
Uh-huh.
tape, getting ready to interview you. I know Devin's response to that would be, who's this guy? Who's this guy that lost to that fighter that thinks he could
Right.
beat me, a guy in the top 10 pound for pound? What would your response be to that, Vlad?
Um, that fight wasn't even a fight that like I wanted. Like I just feel like I got kind of pressured into taking a fight on short notice that I already like just didn't feel good about. Like not the opponent, but just like fighting fighting period. Because like you know, I wasn't able to like really have a training camp. Like my trainer was out of the country for a whole month. Um, then everyone was like all the gyms in LA that I would train at. I went to like 4 or 5 different gyms. Everybody was gone. Like you know, Tengus was empty, no work, no sparring. Churchill was empty, Pedro was with like Connor Ben. Brick House was empty, like all the gyms nearby. I wasn't able to get like any sparring, none of that.
No wild
Um,
card work.
no wild card work, like nothing really. And then, it's like I took this fight on like really like 2 weeks of training, and my energy, bro, like it just, and to be fair, like I still thought I outboxed him. I still thought I won, but like it was more so a type of like, let me just kind of like get this win and get this over with. I wasn't like pumped up like I normally am, So like I don't think, yeah, like my energy psychologically, like I mean, dude, that's a guy like I would stop. If we rematch, like I'm stopping him. Like I have no doubt in my head. I have no doubt in my mind I'm better than him. If I was able to get like any decent type of like sparring training, like I think, I know for a fact I would have stopped him. But I think just going into that fight, like not having my energy like pumped up and ready, and just thinking like I would box him, because I wasn't even like looking to stop him. Like normally, like I say, like I like to come out early. I like to test him, let him know what type of night it's gonna be. Um, and like, yeah, dude, my energy just wasn't there the whole week, fight week. Like, I just felt like everyone around me was kind of like so like dead, or just like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like an energy thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you're not mentally like pumped up and like ready to go, and there's another guy looking at you ready to climb that mountain, you get what I'm saying? Then it's like you're gonna be in for a fight. And like, it is what it is. Like I said, I still thought I won. I still thought I outboxed him. Um, but maybe, you know, the judges might be surprised if they see like, out of my last 10 fights, I had like 9 knockouts, and now I'm boxing on the back foot, like, kind of like what's going on. Um, so, but it's a little bump in the road. But like I said, if you want to use that as an excuse to like not fight me, I think that's just an excuse that, they can use it if they want. Like, sure, cool, whatever. But like, I've knocked out and stopped guys that had never been stopped before, beating guys like way better than that guy. So it's like, okay, I had an off night in a fight that I truly didn't even like want to take. Like, so it is what it is. I mean, they can say whatever. I could say, everyone online, people are comparing my style and stuff to Ryan Garcia. You got your ass beat by Ryan Garcia, and like, I'm a bigger version of him. So like, what's that gonna look like to you?
Well, did you? I only got a couple more for you because I know there's other people waiting. Did you ever spar with Devin in LA? I know heading into that fight there was no work for you, but
Mhm.
there's some of the best sparring you could get in the United States in LA.
Yeah.
You ever do some rounds with Haney when he comes through the wild card? And who are some of the top fighters that you sparred with? And maybe you could share, whatever you can
Um.
from those sparring sessions.
No, I never got any work with Devin, but like I said, I would love that fight.
Hmm.
I know how the fight's gonna go. I've sparred with Ryan. I was just in camp with Barrios, helping him get ready for Ryan. I sparred with Tank. I sparred um, with John Beck, the middleweight champ.
Hmm.
Um, sparred with Tim Zoo, the camp with him. Um, Hamza, like, there's been so many guys. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I was just helping out Shushu, Bruce Carrington, with his last camp, getting him ready for Castro and stuff. So, share the ring with Richardson Hitchens. Like, I've sparred all these guys. I've been in the ring with all of them. Canelo, like, they've
Mm.
all appreciated like my help in their camps. So, that says something. It's like, if they want you in their camp and they're top level guys, it's like obviously like I'm giving them some good type of work, because otherwise like they would send my ass home. And for one reason or another, I mean, Barrios kicked me out, but we don't have to talk about why. You know, I don't think he had the best camp. I'll just say that. But Yeah, man. I've been in.
Were you the guy Ryan was referencing when he heard he wasn't having a good camp?
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
I don't know what he heard, but
Yeah.
um, yeah. I won't say anything. I'll
Gotcha.
just say
No, yeah, I know.
I was giving him some good work.
Well, before you get, and then my last one for you, man, gonna put a few of it in one question here to finish.
Mhm.
How old were you when you came to the United States? Your whole career, you've been mostly fighting, well, all fighting in North America, whether it's United States, Canada, but you're
Mhm.
originally from Belarus.
Yeah.
And, watching you in this last fight against Shenard Bunch, you could still see some of that Eastern European flavor. So I was wondering,
Um,
when did you make it your way out here? And
mhm.
would you agree with that? That despite being at this point an American fighter, coming up sparring
Mhm.
American fighters in American
Yeah.
gyms, is there still that flavor from Eastern Europe, you think, in your style, and why is that?
Um. Well, I moved to the States when I was 7, so like all of my upbringing, all of my
Got it.
boxing development like happened in the States. Um.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to
wh-
talk like a real LA dude. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this dude's from
Yeah.
Belarus. He'll have maybe he'll have an accent, and no, yeah.
Yeah. No, people think I'm just like a Cali kid or something, but no, yeah. I mean, even though I did all of my like training and development in boxing like in the States, I still like study everybody, you know? So like Bivol and Better Beav are some of my like favorite fighters. I love watching Triple G. Like even if I'm not gonna like fight like them, there's something you can learn from everybody. And like I'm truly like a student of the game, you know? Like I watch so many fights like every day that like, you know, I take little bits and pieces from everyone, you know? It's like I can box like this guy, I could press like this guy, I could punch like this guy. So I think, you know, naturally, like if you're a guy who's good fighting long range and, you know, controlling distance and you have good legs, you know, you would totally be able to pick up some things from Bivol and, you know, from like these other like Soviet type of fighters and stuff like Usyk, Lomachenko. Like I love watching those guys, you know, who doesn't? So, um, and it's funny, you know, like I've always said that, you know, like if I were like to describe my style, I always said like I want to be like as strong and as like hard punching as the Russian guys, but like as skilled and technical and like slick as like a black American fighter, you
Hmm.
know? And like I've always had like black or like um just like different cultures of coaches and stuff, you know, like my first coach was like Puerto Rican. Um, then it's just I've been blessed and so lucky to like have worked with like some of the best trainers in the world, you know, like Hall of Famer guys like Joe Goosen, you know, like Kay Corona. Um, so um you're gonna learn so much from guys like that, you know, and especially like with all the sparring that I've gotten, I just feel like now it's time for me to have my moment, put all this together. Like now that I have a platform, and you know, like get after these big fights because there's a lot of fights to be made at 147. You know, I mean the division is heating up again, so I'm ready to get in the mix with all those guys.
Vlad, I enjoyed talking with you, man. Thanks for your time. Anything you want to sign out with,
Absolutely. Fine.
go ahead, man.
Um, yeah, I just want to say, you know, if you're watching this, um, you know, keep following my journey. Uh, we're gonna keep climbing. We're gonna win that Zuffa belt. Then we're gonna go to Riyadh season and beat all these guys. So yeah, just keep following me. I'm on Instagram at SuperBadVlad. You can get more fight news, more updates there and stuff. So yeah.